All right, guys, this is your Chicago Bears preseason Game 3 recap. I finally got to watch last night after it taking me a week to do so. So this is your Chicago Bears preseason Game 3 recap. Bears get the win over the Kansas City Chiefs in Game 3 of the preseason. In Game 3 in the final game of the preseason, the Bears get the win over the Kansas City Chiefs, 29-27. The Bears will finish the preseason with a record of 2-1, going undefeated for the second year in a row. Let's get into some stats. Defensively, we had one sack on the. Defensively, we had no INTs. So let's get into some stats defensively. We had no interceptions, but we did force one fumble, which was forced by a sack which was forced when Daniel Hardy had a sack of Chris Odogan, and Daniel Hardy forced a fumble, and that fumble was recovered by. So Daniel Hardy forced. We had no. The defense had no. The Chicago Bears had no INTs defensively, but they did force one fumble, which was forced by Daniel Hardy on a sack, which was recovered by Zach Pickens. Sack-wise, we had one sack, which was. So yeah. No interceptions for the Bears defense, but one forced fumble, which was forced by Daniel Hardy and recovered by Zach Pickens. Defensively, the Bears only had one sack, and that sack was by Daniel Hardy on Chris Odogan for the Chiefs. Jaquan Bresker led all tacklers with 5 tackles in his first game in probably 10-plus months. Offensively, Roma Dunzi was our leading receiver with 3 receptions for 45 yards and a touchdown. Tyler Scott, Omande Zacchaeus, So Roma Dunzi was our leading receiver with 3 receptions. Roma Dunzi was our leading receiver with 3 receptions, 45 yards, and a touchdown. Omande Zacchaeus, Jihadi Walker, and Tyler Scott all added in 37 yards receiving. Touchdowns through the air were Roma Dunzi, Jihadi Walker, Joel Wilson, and Royce Freeman. Rushing-wise, we had no touchdowns on the ground, but DeAndre Swift led all rushers with 28 yards rushing. Britton Brown had 27 yards rushing. Caleb Williams, quarterback-wise, Caleb Williams was 11 of 15 for 113 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 sack. Tyson Bagent was 20 of 28 for 212 yards. He had 3 touchdowns and was sacked once. So, things to take away from this last preseason game for me. The starters did not look good at all. The backups look decent, but that starting quarter, the starters with Caleb in there and Rome and DJ did not look good at all. Obviously, got some things to work on, but it just nothing overly bad. They started off slow, too many penalties on the offensive side of the ball and defensive side of the ball as well. The offense has got to clean up their play. They got to do a better job. Started off slow. I mean, yeah, Caleb's last drive there got him his last series, he got him a touchdown, but I mean, the offense needs to be better with the starters in. I think they'll fix it. I think they'll be okay. But other than that, nothing really negative to take away from this game as far as offensively. I just think the starters need to do a better job and get off to a faster start. They didn't play well, but I'm not going to read too much into it because obviously they're playing the AFC champions, Kansas City Chiefs, and that Chiefs team, when their starters are in, are really good. I mean, but when we're going to play good teams like that, our starters need to go toe-to-toe with them. I mean, just can't always say, oh, well, it's because they played the Chiefs, but anyways, I think the starters just need to get off to a better start and play better. They didn't play bad. I don't think they played atrociously bad. They just didn't play good. So, yeah, the starters do need some work yet, but I think they'll get there. Obviously, Started off really slow, the penalties. Caleb holding the ball too long. He needs to get better at that. But other than that, I didn't see nothing too bad out of the offense. I think, they're not where they need to be, but they'll get there. Defensively, I thought the defense did a good job. I mean, hell, we held Patrick Mahomes to 17 points. That could have been a lot worse than what it was because of the way our offense was playing. But I think defense is going to be very stout this year. Tyson Badgett proved So the defense is going to be pretty stout this year. They did their job. Held the Chiefs starters to 17 points, obviously. Shut them, only allowed them 10 points in the second half, but got some things to work on. Offense needs to get off to a fast start and do a better job of being more productive and getting us points on the board. Defense, I mean, not a lot to work on, but I think they need to be a little better, get more pressure on the quarterback, get more turnovers. But other than that, I'm not disappointed in the way the preseason looked, so hopefully regular season will be a little bit better for us. But yeah, cut some guys. Let's hope we keep, like Ian Willard. Zach Pickens got cut. I'm glad they kept Jahadi Walker. I'm very happy to see that because that guy's really good. I love him. Yeah, we got a lot of talent there on the offense, defense with that revamped O-line, the receivers, the receiving core we got with Luther Burden, Rome Dunzy, DJ Moore, Colson Loveland. Them guys are going to do great things this year. DeAndre Swift, Roshan Johnson. I believe Kyle Manun guy is going to be a stud this year as well. That defense with Jalen Johnson. So offensive side of the ball with Caleb, DJ, Colson Loveland, Cole Kmet, Roma Dunzy, Luther Burden, DeAndre Swift, and then you had Roshan and Kyle Manun guy in there. That offense is going to be something special. I believe that offense is going to be very surprising this year. They're going to be very decent. Defensively, on the defense side of the ball, Jalen should be healthy by week 1, hopefully. And with Jalen out there, on the defensive side of the ball, with Jalen out there, Kyler Gordon, Jaquan Brisker back, Kevin Byron. And then on the front side, we're going to have Montez Sweat, Austin Booker. And on the front side, we're going to have TJ with that front core with Tremaine Edmonds, Montez Sweat, TJ Edwards, Gervin Dexter Sr., Ruben Hippolyte, and also when he comes back up there, Austin Booker, who will start the season on the IR, so he'll miss the first 4 weeks. But when he gets back, he's going to be a beast. So yeah, this team is going to be surprising. Defense is stocked, offense stacked, defense stacked. There's no reason this team shouldn't win 8 to 10 games this year. I predicted 8, but yeah. But anyways, guys, that's it for your Bears preseason Game 3 recap and review going into the regular season. Bears next game will be next Monday night. The Bears next game will be next Monday night for their first regular season game of 2025 at home against the Minnesota Vikings. Bear down, let's go Chicago.